Hello, welcome back to the Last Shot podcast with me, All Things Wrestling, and Stefan. How are you, man?
I'm doing fine, surprisingly. Surprisingly after SmackDown Live, and this Full Gear pay-per-view, I almost slit my throat during that SmackDown, but that's a different story for a different time.
Yeah, we'll address that in a minute because I've got a few little gripes with SmackDown, but let's just get straight to Raw ratings while we're at it.
Yep.
They improved by 20,000 people. They got 2.135 up from 2.133, so they've got 20,000 more people.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
No, not at all. That is such an insignificant rise.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
It wasn't a bad Raw.
No, it wasn't a bad show, but
I can't really remember much of it because it's now Sunday and it happened 6 days ago, and I'm completely blanked it now because, well, I'm knackered from work and there's been so much other wrestling going on.
yep. And I care so much about Raw that.
Hey, at least it didn't have a barking dog on it.
Well, dude, I'm gonna be honest. It was shit. Okay, the show was trash. I said it's great. That's a joke. It was bad.
It wasn't a bad Raw, but it wasn't a good Raw. Not even average, below average.
Well, if they managed to screw Adam Cole versus Seth Rollins, what the hell can you expect from the show? I mean, that match on the paper is WrestleMania main event, and you screwed it up at Raw.
Oh wait, I never watched the rest of Raw. I only watched about an hour and a half before I went to bed, so
yeah,
I wasn't very well on Monday night. So yeah, I missed the other half of Raw. I remember now. That's why I don't remember what happened because I only watched an hour and a half of it.
Exactly. Why would you walk? Just talking about Raw, it makes me tired, as you can see. So
yeah.
let's just talk
Let's
about
just
something
move
else.
on to better ratings and better show. One thing about Raw before we move on, because this isn't really important enough to talk about anywhere else. The WWE Raw that was going to be scheduled to air Monday the 23rd of December has now been cancelled. They were going to tape it on Tuesday the 17th of December and they've cancelled the taping. So we will not be getting a Christmas Eve Monday Night Raw.
Good.
But I need money, Stefan.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do our own wrestling show? Just talk shit.
How much? $2.
$2. I need $2.
Anything but nothing, dude. Okay.
Oh, no. We are getting an episode. I've just read further, but they're taping it after Monday Night Raw on the Monday. So Monday, 16th of December, they're going to have Monday Night Raw, and then film a second episode of Monday Night Raw after.
Okay,
you will not have any fans in the arena for that.
Okay, if that happens... Okay, let me just think... I can't fucking believe it.
And it also confirms the show will be starting at 5:45. So instead of the original 7 p.m, it's airing at 5:45.
Dude. You do realize that's 6 hours of Raw.
Yep. Plus the dark match.
Bro, you can't pay me that much to stay there.
No.
There is no way. I'd rather be in an electric chair than sit there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be more fun, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
I'm telling everyone, whoever wants to go, if you're listening this, if you want to go, God help you, but I don't know why would you go to that show.
Not for 6 hours of Raw. Maybe if it was 6 hours of NXT, I'd be up for that one. But not 6 hours of Raw.
I would.
Let's move on to AEW versus NXT Week 6. NXT did not win again, but they were so close this week. Both ratings are massively massively up. AEW drew 822,000 viewers. NXT drew 813,000 viewers.
Well, NXT had the bigger jump, much bigger.
Yeah, they definitely did have the massive jump. That is... Because, I mean, NXT had dropped a lot.
Yeah, and that's, in my opinion, the AEW, I don't know. I mean, whatever they're doing with the main roster and Survivor Series, it's working right now for NXT.
Yeah.
Now, but I still don't understand why people who watch Raw and SmackDown don't watch NXT. Are some people really that dumb? Like they don't think NXT is better than those shows, or are they really that ignorant to the fact that NXT is much better than Raw and SmackDown? Like I'm seriously asking that question because there's a million people who are not watching that show, but are watching Raw and SmackDown.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, so I guess you guys are crazy or whatever, or just your mind fucked, or you don't know what the hell is going on, or you're just simply not human because you go and give your money to Raw and SmackDown and you watch those products, who to Vince and Dunn, who basically don't give a shit about you, basically, and you have not Vince, Jesus, you have Triple H and Shawn Michaels who are giving you the best shows weekly, who have a storylines, and you have Cody, you have Bonnie Khan, who are basically who are having a story weekly on shows and giving you something to care about, and you go to Vince and Kevin Dunn. Well, if that's the reason, you don't even deserve change. I'm sorry. Like, you're the reason why Raw and SmackDown sucks. If ratings went down, oh, dude, that would be a huge change to Raw and SmackDown. I'm telling you.
I just want to mention one thing before we continue our discussion. Somebody made a very funny statement on, I think it was SmackDown Live Reactions. Whoever wrote last week's SmackDown, the NXT Invasion one, they need to be put in charge of the company. And I just went, you do know Vince wrote the show, right? The guy never responded to that. Because he thought Triple H wrote the show.
Well, but there is a different thing, because you see Vince is high on Adam Cole. I mean,
you can tell.
You can tell. Like, there is no way that you're gonna pick a guy randomly like that. I don't care if he's NXT champion, and you're gonna put him in 2 main events on Raw and SmackDown. There is no fucking way. If you don't like the guy.
No.
So I think that's the thing. With Cole, it's fine. But I don't think that the same thing will be for Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. Like, I don't think that Vince sees Keith Lee as someone who, I just think that he sees Cole because Cole looks like Michaels. I mean, he has the beard, he has a long hair, like the look that Vince loves. He loves that smart face. He loves the face that Cole has, and that's the biggest reason. But I just can't see Vince liking someone like Keith Lee, and that, by the way, doesn't have anything to do with him.
No, we personally love Keith Lee because he's amazing.
I'm even worried about Matt Riddle. If they fuck up Matt Riddle, this company needs to die. If they manage to fuck up Matt Riddle. But you also see, like, Cole was on SmackDown without the Undisputed Era, so that speaks a lot. By the way, they're also high on Shayna Baszler. You can clearly tell that.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried that a lot of these things that they're not going to utilize the talent, and the reason I'm saying this is because Triple H probably gave the idea, and when Vince heard, oh, Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole needs to go over Daniel Bryan, whatever. And then when he heard, let's have Keith Lee and Matt Riddle bury Sami Zayn in the middle of the ring, Vince was probably like, oh yeah, who are these two?
Yeah,
okay,
whatever, just do it.
Let me approve this for now. So. And then the same thing for Shayna Baszler. Oh, Vince, let's have Shayna Baszler. Oh, yeah, Shayna Baszler. She is from MMA. She is a friend with Ronda. Let's put her there. So there is a different size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can obviously see that when you watch the show. Because why would someone as Riddle attack Sami Zayn? That guy should go against Brock Lesnar, okay? Not against Sami Zayn. You know what I mean?
Should be attacking some big guy, not bloody a little pipsqueak like Sami Zayn. No offense, Sami Zayn. Just
what I'm trying to say is you can clearly see on who Vince is high, of who he thinks highly.
Yeah.
And that seriously, it kind of worries me about Matt Riddle because this guy is a star, and I'm a huge Matt Riddle fan. Like, this guy is born to be the face of the company. He can easily be the face of the company. And then you can see his walking barefoot, and then Vince can say, "Oh, this guy is walking barefoot. What the hell do I need him to be a face of the company?" You know what I mean? So I can just see Vince making up stuff like that just to give excuse not to give someone else a face of the company. You know?
Basically, yeah. The guy is insane. But
Yeah.
anyway, what happened on NXT? Just rough draft for people who didn't watch it like me.
Well, Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest, awesome match. Damian Priest tapped out. Well, it was actually a great storyline because he tapped out. So it actually made sense. Killian Dane attacked Pete Dunne, which is also I don't know what they're setting up.
Ooh, I like the idea of Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane.
Yeah, and the OC attacked the Undisputed Era before the show.
Yeah, I heard that.
So they took them out, and once again, people, this is another indication that how highly Vince thinks, quote unquote. At the end of the day, had the OC versus Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee and versus Tommaso Ciampa. Match didn't end. Okay, Balor came out, and Styles went for style clash, but he didn't hit the style clash because Adam Cole came from the crowd and attacked. He attacked AJ Styles with a super kick and then proceeded to hit the last shot on Tommaso Ciampa. And he was standing tall at the end of the show. So you can see clearly how high Vince is on Adam Cole.
Yeah.
There were probably some things, this guy needs to be at the end. He needs to stand tall. So
right now
despite taking them out and everything, he was still standing tall. But I like the storyline with the OC and the Undisputed Era. So I don't know where it's going to go. But I think Era versus the OC with Finn Balor. I mean,
I don't know.
I still listen with everything that's happening with Cole standing tall because he was the only guy who attacked AJ Styles. He went alone to attack AJ Styles. I'm still having thoughts that that there may be some fuckery with Finn Balor joining the Undisputed Era or something like that.
Yeah, it could happen. It's still definitely on the cards for that one.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't know, dude. People don't understand this, and this is what I hate. When you can see that someone like Vince likes his guys and Triple H, I'm just worried that someone is gonna get buried again, and in that case, it's going to be done, and that really pains me to say. And if you include Balor with that, why did you even bring Balor back to NXT? So smart decision will be to build the OC versus the Undisputed Era match. And nobody should ever turn on someone, The reason why Balor would team up with the OC, well, they're buddies, so why not? So it's a very easy story to tell, but knowing WWE, they're gonna screw things up. So
they always screw things up, don't they?
That's basically what happened. So I hope for everyone who didn't watch understood what happened. It's a pretty good show. In my opinion, 8 out of 10. But
as we all know, AEW was amazing as always. That Cody promo was fire.
Yeah, I mean, in the ring, it was not the best. I'm not saying it was bad. No, we're bad. Jesus. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great AEW. I'd say 7 out of 10.
Exactly. Cody's promo, dude, and that Jericho's promo with Sammy Guevara. Jesus, that was hilarious. The inner circle promo. So
I love Inner Circle. They're just amazing.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah, let's move on to SmackDown ratings. They got nearly a 100,000 people rise. They got 2.6, up from 2.5 last week. So, good numbers for it. It's outdoing Raw, which I'm happy about. But I'm also sad about it because it's shit.
Oh yeah, speaking of SmackDown, I just want to mention one thing that a lot of people are saying. A lot of people. Actually, this week, a lot of people are complaining that Adam Cole doesn't look like a superstar, that he is small, that he doesn't have a wide, waist, and he is not a big guy.
I was going to talk about this.
By the way, if you look at Adam Cole and Seth Rollins in the ring, I don't think there is much difference. So, I don't know. Anyone has their opinion, but I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
I don't think every wrestler needs to be big. I think Adam Cole is the definition of a 21st century wrestler.
Exactly, and I'm going to say something shocking that a lot of people may not agree with me. I think if he was actually bigger, if he was actually, I don't think it will work for his character, dude. Like, it will be strange for his character because he is a smaller guy who uses heel tactics. He's a chicken shit heel, and he's awesome in doing that. If he was a bigger guy, I don't think it would work the same way. You can just look at his selling to Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. The guy's selling is insane. So I think you should appreciate some things because he's not gonna sell Daniel Bryan's yes kicks if he put on 20 pounds. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the same thing. So
No,
yeah.
Some Hall of Famer suggested Adam Cole takes steroids. I'll give you one guess on who you know that is.
Who?
Superstar Billy Graham.
Of course, the guy who killed his career because of steroids and who killed his health.
I'd like to also point this out, and if I'm hoping you are watching Superstar Billy Graham, I personally do. I hope you're doing well health-wise, because I know you've had health problems, because I'm not an arsehole, but steroids are illegal. And it is a one-way trip to ending a wrestler's career, both because of wellness policies and because of health issues. Yeah, steroids have no place in 21st century anything. Steroids are not good in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I agree. But you can just tell when Cole was in the ring with Rollins. I mean, there may be a difference, like 2-3 inches of height, but when they're in the ring, when they're wrestling, you don't see a big difference.
No.
So what's the big deal? You know what I mean? If he's wrestling Strowman, of course he's gonna get destroyed like everyone else. You're not telling me that Seth Rollins will get destroyed. He did get destroyed, but he overcome Strowman. So it's the same thing. It doesn't make sense what people are saying. Of course, if they're standing next to each other, you could probably see the difference. But when they're wrestling, there is no difference. And he was taller than Daniel Bryan, so don't give me that shit. He looks bad, whatever. It's bullshit. And I suggest to all people who listen to that, an opinion from 50 people doesn't mean anything compared to millions of people that are watching. So
exactly.
Yeah. Let's continue to the next up.
While we're talking about WWE ratings, the official premiere episode of WWE Backstage on Fox Sports 1 drew 49,000 viewers.
Are you surprised?
But the preview episodes got 579,000 and 426,000.
I mean, are you surprised? They put them in the basically graveyard time, which is
11 p.m. Eastern.
So what can you expect? I mean,
but still, 49,000 is still bad. And also, Total Divas bombed on the views at 191,000.
Yeah.
Which is the lowest ever ratings that Total Divas has. That show's going to get canned.
Good.
It's a load of scripted bollocks.
I hope so. I hope it gets. I can't stand the show.
Okay, now let's move on to quite a few AEW news.
Okay.
First off, we had an interview with Tony Khan, who discussed a few things. First off, Cody took a nasty bump onto the entrance ramp during his match.
Yeah.
There was talks of stopping the match, but Dr. Michael Stampson, who was the one who saved Jerry Lawler's life when he had the heart attack on Raw, said he was fine to continue. So, also Cody has a massive gash and is not medically cleared to compete now. Cody is officially on the shelf for an undetermined amount of time.
Was that a botch or planned?
The pin bleed of the eye was botch. That was a botch. Tony Khan said he has no plans to be on air, which is good. I don't really believe owners should really be on air.
No.
Double or Nothing 2 will be in May next year, and in the first quarter of 2020 we'll be getting another All Out in Chicago, which is cool. I like All Out. What else? We've got Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus SCU for the titles, and Hangman Page versus Pac on this week's Dynamite.
Sammy Guevara is very impressive.
Yeah, I think he
Very
is.
impressive.
And he said he is very pleased with the television ratings, and they are double what he was expecting to be getting.
Great.
Which is amazing. So he's very happy with that, which is very good because you want your owner to be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, he, like I said before, I did say this before, but I mean, the guy is a fucking mark. I mean, for wrestling, he loves Attitude Era. He loves everything about wrestling. So when someone who loves wrestling is actually running wrestling, you're going to get good shows.
Exactly.
It's not the same with Vince, because Vince did love pro wrestling,
but now he just loves
sometimes,
business.
I'm not gonna go into conspiracies, but maybe he got killed and maybe he got replaced secretly. Like they're talking about Paul McCartney, whatever. I'm kidding, but maybe he got replaced for real, and this guy is caring only about the business. I wouldn't be surprised if Vince cloned himself so he could live 200 years more. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't surprise me. No, but I think what happened is I think Vince started losing his passion when he stopped actually being on TV. As soon as he stepped away from actually wrestling,
I think
he lost his passion for what wrestling was.
Yeah, I think they only care about the money. They don't.
They clearly only care about the money. Like, do you know for a fact that NXT UK loses money every single show they do?
I know.
They lose money every single time. The only reason they keep it going is so they can strangle the UK independent scene. It's the only reason they keep NXT UK alive.
Yeah, and they want to open NXT in Canada and Mexico, whatever. Japan, So
the problem is right now, I am a WWE fan, but all I can see now is they're evil. They are generally trying to kill the wrestling business at this point. Triple H is NXT. Actual NXT is not. But
exactly.
Vince did NXT UK. Vince is trying to be like I think he's back in the 80s. When he took over all the territories in the US and bought all of his competition and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Sorry, bought out the TV time slots of the competition, which made them go under. Sorry, I do not want to be incorrect about that because there's smarks out there. But yeah, I think Vince is back in the 80s thinking that he needs to dominate everything. And
there is one thing that I really think it may be happening, and I said this, I don't know when I said this, like months ago, and I'm gonna say this again because it really is something that you should ask yourself. I mean, everyone should ask themselves. And I'm gonna ask you this question again because I know I asked you before. Do you really think that there is maybe a chance that Vince is actually trolling and sitting in the back laughing at everyone, and he knows what he's doing?
Yes. He's trying to kill everything, including his own company, before he dies.
I can literally imagine Vince sitting and just trolling everyone, just wanting to destroy everyone, and picking up all the guys and girls just to sign them and then kill them.
Yeah.
And I can honestly imagine that, if that's the case, that's sad. That's really sad. But who gets WWE after? Who is going to get... If Vince dies tomorrow, let's just... I hope not. I don't wish anyone that. But
no, I hope you still stay alive, Vince.
What the hell? What's going to happen with WWE? You know what I mean? Is it going to Linda? Is it going to... Obviously, there is
the current heirs are Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
You think it's automatically going to them, or you maybe think they're...
I believe Vince McMahon owns 51% or something, and then the other 49% is shared between Shane, Stephanie, Triple H, and I think there's a couple of other people that have shares.
Hopefully
in the
not Kevin
Dunn. I think he only owns like 2% of the company or 1%.
Great.
He doesn't own a lot.
So
Triple H and Stephanie own the majority out of everyone. I think 30-35%.
If something happens to him, there will be a fight between Shane and Stephanie. I'm not telling. Everything seems like a family, and it is. But it's a business, dude. Like,
Well,
you don't think Shane wants to take over?
well, that's why
And
Shane left the company when he did the first time, because Vince didn't give him the company.
so,
Because he
that's
was
the
the
only
exact same age when Vince Senior signed the company over to him, and Shane was expecting Vince to do the same to him. And when Vince named himself, because I think there was a brand new position like a COO or some shit like that at that time, and Vince gave it to himself. So Shane went, "Fuck it, I'm out."
But that's the thing that worries me. What if something happens to him? Seriously, what if something happens? WWE is dead, dude.
Yeah.
He needs to give someone control, and he needs to do it now because he's coming closer to his end. You never know when it can happen.
Yeah, but I think he's starting to do that with doing these creative directors. I think he's starting to think about the fact that he will need to step away.
Imagine if he leaves a legal letter and says WWE goes to Kevin Dunn. Oh my god!
I
Oh,
will
imagine that
stop.
shit.
I've just. Oh my god.
Oh my. Okay, that's a bad dream. Bad dream. I hope that happens. But no, I mean, it would be interesting to see. I just hope that the only person I trust the most is definitely Triple H, and I don't even trust Shane as much as Triple H. I think whatever Triple H does, I trust him. And you have to give times for some storylines, but at the end of the day, everything that Triple H does makes sense. So
Yeah, but we know Shane's a good booker because he booked SmackDown when it went live in 2016. I think he did majority of the shows for like 2016 and 2017. I think Vince started taking more control the further it went on in the years, obviously.
yeah.
But Shane, I think, was originally running the show, and the 2016 and 2017 SmackDown were good. Shane's a good booker.
You know what I think is going to happen if something happens to Vince? Shane can take over one brand. Stephanie can take over
That
other
should be
brand,
what it is now. He shouldn't be
and
running anything.
and
The
Triple
guy
H
is
should be
what,
contained for
78,
NXT.
79?
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy should be going to enjoy his golden years, not sitting there making shitty creative decisions like WWE every fucking week.
You do realize that this guy you're talking about the guy who is basically never sleeps, who sleeps probably 2 hours and is always traveling and is always writing in his head and always doing stuff. I mean, how can you expect this guy is crazy, dude. How do you expect, seriously, he's crazy. He's lunatic, dude.
He's a
Insane.
fucking billionaire. It's not exactly like if he retired, he would just sit around on his arse all day. He has a lot of things he
Yeah,
could
but
do.
the difference between him and others is that he doesn't want to he doesn't want to give anyone anything to do with his product. He wants to have he wants everything to have his touch, everything.
Yeah, unfortunately he does.
So, yeah,
Which is not good. His
no,
touch is
because
not
he doesn't know
good.
what he's doing. And Paul Heyman, listen, fuck Paul Heyman. If this is Paul Heyman that we're getting on Raw, you all wanted Paul Heyman. If this is Paul Heyman booking, oh, fuck that guy. And I'm not saying that Heyman is not a genius, because he is, probably because Vince is telling him what to do. But if Heyman is a yes man, I'm losing respect for that guy a lot, dude.
I
If
hope he's
he
not.
says,
I really
yeah,
hope
yeah,
he's not a yes man. I do
I
have
hope he's
respect
not.
for Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I honestly think if Vince will leave, if Vince would just tell Heyman, do whatever you want, I think we will get an Austin show. Yeah. But
ECW 2.0? I wouldn't say no.
we'll see. Maybe XFL. Maybe when XFL begins now in a few months, we may see some change. I mean, I don't know if Vince will leave. Not leave. He will never leave W. But you know what I mean? If he's going to be away from.
I imagine he'll be away more.
Yeah, but something worse can happen, and that's him booking shows over Skype. So it happened, people. It happened once. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I wouldn't be surprised that if he dies and he books shows through a fucking Ghost Box and Ghost Adventures. Okay, it's Vince McMahon. What can you expect? You know what I mean?
I know.
So yeah, imagine through a Ghost Box, you gotta put Roman Reigns over. Yeah. Oh my god.
Vince, Roman Reigns left the company 4 years ago. I said book Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania 49.
Dude, shut up. That match may happen for real, dude. So,
Oh god, please not again.
no. Well, we are actually going to get, I think, The Fiend versus Roman Reigns. I hope not, but...
But look at it right now. It's going to be The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan.
Imagine if Roman Reigns wins Royal Rumble and beats The Fiend at WrestleMania. Imagine the backlash.
Imagine the booze.
You think everything else was worse than Roman Reigns, and now we're starting to like this guy? Actually, he's going to go back to old self, and he's going to win everything. Like, at that point, you may turn heel, dude, if you do that. But I hope not. So, let's just continue with a different topic because I don't want to go over.
Okay, first off, AEW this week drew its smallest attendance, which is still bigger than most Raw and SmackDowns, at 4,000. That still beats the average Raw and SmackDown.
What?
Yeah, they drew 4,000 fans for the building. AEW for the Dynamite.
Oh, that's not bad, dude.
No, that beats pretty much every Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, it's fine.
Obviously, with it being weekly, you're never going to draw all the fans every week. We know this. And there's also I have some bad news for you, Stefan.
Okay.
NXT has been booked in January to be in their arena. They are not leaving Full Sail.
Okay, that's fine. I just hope
it's not fine. They need to fucking leave. It looks like a church basement, and the show looks fucking terrible because of it.
What the fuck can I say, dude? I mean, it's better than Vince taking over NXT. You know? No, I said this, and this may come true actually in 2020. I said put 205 Live in Full Sail.
That would look amazing.
That's going to happen. They are actually moving to Full Sail. And I think it's the time after January that you put NXT on the road. I think that's exactly what they should do.
I think they should. I don't see any good.
And maybe you should have FCW for the Championship Wrestling back as a developmental territory, because there's a lot of people in Performance Center who are waiting for opportunity, and they're never going to get the opportunity now on NXT TV. So you may as well bring back FCW.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I don't know.
Exactly. Now, we've still got a bit more AEW news while we're covering it. The fan, quotation, that threw a drink at MJF during Full Gear was indie wrestler Alan Angels.
Okay.
Or Angles, whatever. He wrestles in the Atlanta area, so he may be in the company, or maybe they just went, we need someone to throw a drink at him. Because no actual fan would have done that. Because you can get arrested for assault and it's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Also, Cody Rhodes has confirmed that they're going to be getting a secondary main title in the next month.
I hope it's an internet title, or maybe they could call it AW Dream title. I don't know.
I'd like it. He also said he hates the phrase mid-card because those titles should rise above.
Yeah, I mean, you can put the title to be a floating title. You know, sometimes it can be like a mid-card.
The thing is, you want a belt to mean something. You don't want to be like, oh, this person's too good for this belt. You don't want a belt to come off. That's what basically the 24/7 title in WWE comes off as. Oh, nobody wants it. That's actually important.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. The Intercontinental title was not a joke back in the day. Okay. You see all the people who held Intercontinental title, and you see now who is holding the title. Now it's not taken seriously. Back in the day, IC title main evented the shows. So that title was not mid-card title before in WWE. I don't know if you agree, but whatever. It's my opinion because I think it's not taken seriously right now. For God's sake, Shinsuke Nakamura is holding a title, and we all forgot that. You know.
Yeah, none of the mid-card belts in WWE are ever taken seriously anymore. Like,
People.
when was the last time Jericho, when Styles actually defended his bloody United States belt?
2 months ago.
Exactly. This guy's a legit star, and he even can't make the US belt actually mean anything.
It's not his fault.
No, that's what I mean. That's how bad the belts are. That you can get a
Imagine-
credible name, and it still doesn't mean shit.
Okay, imagine the old Shinsuke Nakamura from 2016 holding IC belts right now. Imagine that. Babyface. Ooh, that would be great.
It is sad that Nakamura's peaked
No,
at his
it doesn't.
first match and has gone downhill ever since his first match.
Yeah.
That was the last match that was the only match I've ever really enjoyed from Nakamura properly, is that match with Sami Zayn.
Exactly. And look at Sami Zayn right now. The guy's a jobber.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was supposed to be the John Cena 2.0. Okay? The kid, not exactly John Cena, the kid loved him. Well, for God's sakes, he even accepted John Cena's challenge in Montreal 1 year in Canada. And they put on a great match. He came back to NXT, he had a great run. He had an injury, unfortunately. I think just when you have an injury, I just think Vince loses credibility in you, and I just think he doesn't care because he says, "Oh, this person is getting injured all the time, and we don't want to push that person." So
That's what happened to who was it? He was in NXT. He was Japanese.
Hideo Itami,
Yes, him.
Kenta.
Yeah, he was the exact same thing. He kept getting injured, so he just lost everything.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing with Rusev, I think, but with a lot of people, you know. But I don't know. I just think at the end of the day, you know, nothing makes sense in WWE. So I'm never surprised about that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not surprised if they had the Fiend drop the title tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Now we have AEW's first top 5 rankings released as of November 8th. We have the women's division, number 1, Ima Sakura.
Okay.
Second, Britt Baker. Third, Hikaru Shida.
Okay.
Fourth, Ali. Fifth, Nyla Rose. I'd like to mention that no champions are on this list. I don't know whether they're not considered or whatever. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't. Probably because the first person who's the first person?
Ima Sakura, the one that challenged for the title.
Yeah, so she is the
Bulgaria.
first. Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. She's the first she challenged for a
Yeah,
title.
the men's was Cody Rhodes for number 1. Pac, Hangman Adam Page, Omega, and then Moxley.
Of course, Cody Rhodes challenged.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I love that stuff.
the tag
That's
team
like a
division.
power ranking.
Tag team division definitely makes sense. Lucha Brothers are number 1. Private Party number 2. Young Bucks number 3. Dark Order number 4. And Best Friends number 5.
Oh, Best Friends went down very fast, dude.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can bounce
I
back.
have more expectations for them. Man, I miss Jurassic Express. I think they're
Yeah, I want them to be back. Now we have some updates on a few injuries.
Okay.
Xavier Woods is not expected to be back until summer 2020.
He doesn't give a fuck. The guy's playing games.
Yeah, but I'd say he's just going to be sitting there. Obviously, his injury takes 9 months to a year to heal. Lexa Bliss is not clear to return to action, and she has a reported shoulder injury, and she's going to be evaluated in the next few weeks. Jeff Hardy is not going to be returning for I'm going to assume for the next few weeks, months, probably.
I don't have interest in Jeff Hardy. I don't know why. I just about that guy anymore.
No, he's going to be taking care of his personal issues, and he also has a hearing the December 5th for his DUI.
Yeah, so probably after that.
Samoa Joe is scheduled to be returning December 15th, which is the TLC pay-per-view. Obviously, He could be coming back later than that.
Cool. You know what's going to happen?
What?
Joe's going to get buried again. Because I know exactly what they're going to do with him. Exactly. You know what they're going to do with him?
What?
They're going to have they're going to feud Bray Wyatt with him. And Bray Wyatt is going to bury him again. Whatever feud Samoa Joe enters in, he's going to lose. And that's what's going to happen. Mark my words. That's what's going to happen.
Probably.
Fuck the WWE. Fuck the WWE. That guy should be a champion. Fuck. I would actually keep Samoa Joe until Royal Rumble and have him win Royal Rumble. I'm not crazy. That guy deserves... That person deserves Royal Rumble.
He definitely deserves Royal Rumble. Lars Sullivan's still reportedly being very slow on his recovery with his knee injury, so I don't be expecting to see him back till probably mid-2020, I'd say.
He's a 6'3" guy, 350 pounds. Who knows how many pounds? How do you expect that guy to heal fast? That's impossible.
Yeah.
He's a huge...
Sami Zayn has been medically cleared to wrestle after dealing with shoulder injuries, but he's gone into this managing role, so it doesn't look like they're going to make him wrestle.
Congratulations, Vince, you just killed the superstar in Sami Zayn.
Yeah, and we obviously mentioned that Cody Rhodes... I have no idea how to pronounce that word in my life.
Okay.
Costo Caldra separation?
Okay, how long?
He doesn't say how long he's going to be out, but he's not medically cleared.
Okay. I just gotta... Thanks for that. Thanks for informing everyone. I just have to touch up on Samoa Joe.
Yes, continue.
It would be that hard. Is it that hard for WWE? Think about this, bro. This is simple booking. Have Joe return at Royal Rumble. He wins Royal Rumble. He challenges Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Is it that hard to book stuff? Like, I know you want to see that match.
That'd be good. We've kind of seen it before.
Yeah, but with Samoa Joe actually winning. You know?
I would be up for Samoa Joe taking the title off.
And guess what? I'd rather watch Kevin Owens, babyface Owens, and heel Sami Zayn feud again than watch Sami Zayn in this role. This is sad. Dude, I feel bad for Sami Zayn. This guy is a dude who was working like crazy to be where he is, and he was a great babyface in NXT. I remember his days in NXT. And
me
they
too.
just had to take
back
everything
when he was
from him.
booked.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, if you haven't heard, which everyone should have heard by now, Randy Orton has signed a 5-year deal with WWE.
Of course, I didn't exactly.
Probably in the mark of about $2 million a year. Probably, we haven't actually got any numbers on what he's getting paid, but it will be in the millions.
Well, that's just the salary for Saudi Arabia, dude. Not. Are you sure that's? We don't know.
Well, on that Saudi Arabia, apparently the wrestlers are getting paid less and less each time they go to Saudi Arabia.
Of course, Vince is fucking around. You think he's going to pay the millions?
I don't think many will make the trip next time.
Yeah, but how can you trust Vince if you know the guy who he is? You know Vince, and you trust that guy. You can trust Vince. Why would someone even trust? They're fools if they actually trusted Vince. It's their fault. Now it is fucked up if something is promised and is fucking in the mirror. But it's Vince.
It is Vince.
God damn it, we need more money for Pyro, for Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
With that whole arena, and the whole sky. I even want airplanes. I want planes, during his entrance. And USA song or some shit. Dude, I don't know. I'm just speaking, but it's ridiculous. It really is. Like, did you see the comparison between Roman Reigns' entrance, Pyro, and others? AJ Styles doesn't have a pyro, for God's sakes.
How?
I don't know. I just think they should. You know what? What's the one pyro that they should do with Adam Cole when he does the boom?
Yeah, that'd be good. Similar to what Brock Lesnar gets when he used to jump on the ring apron.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
Yeah, it would be. Okay, let's continue.
Now, the Performance Center has hired a new coach, Christopher Guy, also known as Ace Steel, who trained CM Punk, Hulk and Banner, and a few other people. You may know him better as the person that beat up a fake Rosie O'Donnell dressed as Donald Trump on Monday Night Raw back in like 2007.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I know. That guy. But apparently WWE's been wanting to hire him for quite a few months. So, well, he trained CM Punk and Colt Cabana, so it's got to be halfway decent.
Well, Colt Cabana is great in the ring, right?
And CM Punk
that
is
speaks a lot.
amazing.
No, Colt Cabana is trash. I mean, he is not on the level anywhere near CM Punk's level. So whoever says that is crazy. But
I've never seen Colt Cabana actually wrestle, to be honest.
Well, he is doing more announcer stuff and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know. Now, we have rumoured matches for Survivor Series right now. Mm-hmm. This is 5 days old, so obviously some of these may have been confirmed by now, but these just still say rumoured.
Okay, wait.
I don't want to.
We have 5 matches. Okay, let's do it.
Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio.
Are we doing a predictions or what?
No, these are rumoured matches for Survivor Series.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio.
Thank God that's happening. I didn't want to see Brock Lesnar versus The Fiend versus Adam Cole because Cole needs to lose, and whoever pins Cole, Bray will lose anyways because if Lesnar pins Cole, Bray loses again. So it doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad this is happening.
We have Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler versus Bayley. That match will be fire. That would be amazing.
Knowing Vince, he's going to have this match as a calm the crowd match before the main event.
Probably. All the tag team champions, which will be the Viking Experience, New Day, and Undisputed Era. I really wanted the Revival to retain on SmackDown, so we could have had Viking Experience versus Revival versus Undisputed Era.
How dare you to say that? Jesus.
The New Day are good, but they haven't got the best member.
Yeah, Big E, King of Kings. I'm not really. It would.
This match I really do not want to happen. AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'd rather see Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles 1-on-1 or Adam Cole versus AJ Styles.
Oh shit. Well, Roderick Strong is a phenomenal worker. So I'd rather see AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong because I think those guys can put one of the best matches this year. But
yeah,
I don't know. Having Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't give a crap about wrestling anymore. So
no, I'm obviously this is my own rumor. Obviously, Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. That's my rumor.
Well, we know what's going to happen. It's Daniel Bryan needs to be. I don't want to say squashed by The Fiend, but The Fiend needs to win, obviously. And I don't know why this is happening, but I can actually see Harper getting with Daniel Bryan now, and nothing makes sense if he's face or heel and if he's going to turn heel again. Nothing makes sense, but I wouldn't be, like I said, once again, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens.
Well, to be fair, is The Fiend face or is he heel or what? Because he doesn't really scream anything.
I think
we know obviously Bray Wyatt's babyface.
Yeah, I think he is what we want him to be. He does whatever he wants, but we are cheering him or booing him. So he is a babyface in our eyes, and I think that's the deal. And I actually love that. Because The Fiend does whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly. And obviously Bobby Lashley versus Rusev is the last rumoured match. Cause...
Fuck. That's a bathroom break. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And that's the last bit of news I have. Do you have any other news?
Do I have any? Well, I can already tell you what's going to happen with the Lashley and Rusev match. You know what? They're having this pregnancy storyline going on. Rusev is going to be close by mistake hitting Lana or something, and he's going to stop or hit her by mistake or something. And she's going to look at him. Why did you push me? Blah blah blah. I'm pregnant. He's going to turn around. Lashley's going to hit him with the spear, and that's going to be the match. You're welcome,
Yeah,
people. You're welcome.
probably.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, that is all I have for news-wise. Let's talk about our weekly awards then.
Yeah, not surprised for a weekly course we got this.
No. Obviously, the best show was NXT, as we discussed earlier.
Easily. I'm
Not
not saying
easily.
that AEW. Well, I'm not saying AEW was bad. NXT just had better wrestling, and the OC. And I'm not. By the way, I'm not taking anything from AEW.
Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't even consider Full Gear for best show of the week.
What was the best show of the? Oh, that's actually a pay-per-view. So
It's still technically a show, but yeah, we went with NXT because I feel like with these it should be weekly. It should be the weeklies for the show.
yeah.
Maybe like during WrestleMania weekend we'll have best event, like because you'd obviously have the Hall of Fame, Takeover, probably an AEW event or something like that.
Yeah.
So you'd have a lot of events going on for that week.
Yeah.
Yeah, NXT was the best weekly show.
Listen, this. Speaking of voting and that kinds of stuff, it's November 11th. On next week's podcast, the November 20th. We're gonna make a polls, and if people want to vote for whatever, best wrestler of the year, whatever, you can vote that for 60 days until 25th or 20th January. So not January, December. So we can announce the winners for the best wrestler, best tag team, and everything else.
Obviously, we'll have our awards, and then we'll do the fans' top after ours. Because obviously, we'll do who we chose, because it'll be me, you, and Ben for that.
Yeah.
By the way, Ben said he wants to join in, so we'll have to have a fierce discussion about this, because I think we're all going to probably have contrasting opinions on stuff.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about 10 pools, definitely 10.
Yeah.
So listen, people, it's very easy to vote. Like you don't need.
Literally, just click on the eye.
And it's very interesting because you're going to have like opinion, whoever you want to vote. So, everyone should definitely vote.
Yeah, definitely. We'll give you like a select, like 5 or 10 candidates or whatever.
I don't care if you comment or not, or if you like. Just goddamn it.
Just
so
vote.
We can get the results. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even 10 results. 10 probably. That's probably where you're going. Shit. But even 6 people. It's still. You know what I mean? Just vote. Just don't leave it without anything. So
definitely.
Anyways, let's just finish this weekly awards.
Best match was Jericho versus Cody Rhodes.
Easily, awesome storyline. Awesome story.
Definitely a storyline. I mean, the way he won was amazing. I mean, come on, MJF throwing in the towel.
Oh, you're gonna have these marks telling you, "Oh, why didn't you guys give to the best match to John Moxley and Kenny Omega?" Well, shit, that was not professional wrestling. Okay, that was a hardcore. That was extreme. Who wants to kill who match? Who's gonna kill who faster? So, and it's not my cup of tea. So I'm sorry to everyone. I gotta mention this. This is very important. I appreciate what Kenny Omega and Moxley did, and the mindset that I had. It's just not my cup of tea, and sometimes I had to turn my head. But I like to see these guys wrestle in a normal match for whatever reason. I just want to see him wrestle one-on-one.
Yeah, I think it'd be an amazing one-on-one.
Kenny Omega proved that he is the most complete wrestler because he can do whatever you put in front of him. He can do hardcore style, he can do a high-flying style, he can do a technical style, whatever. He's the most complete wrestler. So
obviously, I wanted to put that as the best match because I love hardcore, but with these awards, it is a mutual decision between me and Stefan for the awards. We just can't have one's opinion over the other. We discuss it and then we pick one. It's not I want this one, I make the rules kind of thing. It's we discuss it and then we pick one.
Yeah, and I know you agree with me. The storyline between Jericho and Cody was much more deeper than storyline between Moxley and...
Jericho and Cody built out of nothing and made a massively good build for this match.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. It was such a good build. I mean,
it's not only the matches that we're rating, it's the storyline towards that match and everything else, the build-up, so...
But I've got to say that Moxley and Omega was probably one of the most hardcore matches I've ever watched in my life, and it was amazing. I loved every second of it. But I grew up on watching that kind of stuff. I've seen quite a lot of hardcore matches. They did amazing stuff in that match. And I'm betting both guys are probably a bit sore today. They freaking used broken glass, for God's sake. Insane. Now, Stefan, do you want to tell the people at home who the best superstar of the week was?
Shawn Michaels Jr.
No. We don't like him. He just turned out your power.
MJ fucking M. MJF. No M. I should have said R because the guy is R-rated. I'm kidding. MJF is the best. Easily.
Yes. I mean, that heel turn, I've been waiting for it for like the last 2 months.
Man, I love this guy. He's such a fucking prick. Think about this. This guy is living a life that each and every one of us would probably want to live. Imagine going to work or going in a public and you can just say shit because you're in character, but you're in character 24/7 and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know. The guy lives a life.
You can just be a prick. You imagine going to your boss or someone that you hate on work and saying to them, go fuck yourself or something like that. But you're in a character, not exactly to boss, but someone else. Because you're not a prick. You're not really a prick, you know what I mean? He's not a prick in real life, but he is playing the character 24/7. So I just appreciate that effort,
Yeah, he plays it very well. So yeah, definitely our superstar of the week. Good job, MJF. You have now come on to the massive award of Best Superstar of the Week.
Yeah, I'm actually hearing for MJF that he is... people take this as a grain of salt, but I don't know why would you take it as a grain of salt. I'm hearing that MJF is actually one of the nicest and humble guys in wrestling today. So
it would not surprise me. Like, The Miz is an amazing person, but he plays such an absolute dick sometimes. But
yeah,
the people who play massive dicks normally are some of the nicest people.
Yeah, just look at Adam Cole, one of the nicest guys ever, dude. So, I mean...
and then except you get people who play a nice guy who is absolute bellends in real life. Like
Seth Rollins, yeah.
You knew exactly who I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, he is born to be a heel. And,
but you could tell just from his personal actions when Moxley left. Trying to blame... He made it personal, like, you took your ball of rent home and you fucked me over by leaving. It's just like... Really
shut up, dude. You're a champion. Who fucked you over when you were in the main event?
Exactly. It's like, what the hell, dude?
No,
Seth lives in his own delusional fucking world.
He is the yes man, and he does what Vince tells him to do. There is no way that he doesn't, whatever they tell him to say, he's gonna say it. So,
yeah,
probably in private. If you sat down with him in private, he will probably have a different opinion about WWE and everything. I don't think that he really believes that they have the greatest everything, the best shows weekly. I don't think that he really believes that. I just think that he says that because he's the ass man and he kisses Vince's ass. I think that's the
Well,
so
no
he
one
needs
could
to say
realistically think they're the best shows, can they?
Yeah.
But let's go on to the worst shows. The worst show was SmackDown.
I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
It wasn't awful.
No,
it wasn't very good.
It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful. It was just that segment with Corbin and Roman Reigns and with Roman Reigns and
dog barking, for God's sake. What the fuck, dude?
Big dog with Chihuahua
I was praying The dog was going to make a really vicious growl noise, and Corbin would turn around into a massive Superman punch to make him shut up.
No, I can't stand this guy. I really can't. Fuck this guy. This guy is horrible in everything that he does. The scripted promos, you can just see Vince all over it.
Yeah, I don't ever agree with scripted promos. I have my stance on that one. Yes, you need a loose guideline of what they're going to talk about, obviously, but that's what they used to do back in the Attitude Era. It used to be like, you need to get these couple of points across, and the rest of it, the wrestler made up on his own.
Obviously, it's like me and you talking. It's like, you want to talk about this topic? Yeah, let's talk about this, and we just talk about that. You know, it's the same thing. It's more. I think it's much more fun, dude. If someone told me, "Oh, go cut a promo on Roman Reigns," and you don't have a script and just say this and that, you got to mention the WrestleMania match, and I will be like, "Hell, I want to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns." You know what I mean? So it's easier to make up the promo in your own mind. It's easier to say it than remembering what you read. You know,
like the best example I could think of off the top of my head was when Roman Reigns and John Cena went at it in the ring. None of that was scripted. But John Cena buried Roman Reigns because he's not used to coming up with his own promos, so Cena just walked straight over him. Also, Cena's probably can cut one of the best promos in the company. Cena is a great worker in promos.
Easily. He is one of the best. I mean,
oh yeah, I will never deny Cena.
Whatever people may think of him, and trust me, back in 2000, back in the day, I didn't like Cena too. Okay, but after some time, you appreciate what everyone did, and you can see that
he can wrestle really well.
Yeah,
I can honestly say I don't really think I've watched a boring Cena match. I can't ever really say any of his matches are boring.
No.
Yes, they've got the 5 moves of doom, but it was exciting to watch that.
Yeah, and people are saying, listen, there's never going to be another John Cena, okay? Never. So
no.
Roman Reigns is not to his level, nowhere in his level. This guy, love him or hate him, I think everyone should respect him and is respecting him right now because he did put over people, especially in the last 2 years, okay? So I think it's very unfortunate, man, because I remember 2013 when I was saying, "Oh, this guy, get the fuck off my TV," and I miss John Cena. I honestly miss the guy.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and it sucks, dude, because I can easily say that he's one of the best of all time. Not the best, because my favorite is obviously Shawn Michaels, but he is in the conversation of one of the best. So
I'd say in the top 25 at least.
In the top 15, dude. In the top 10, why not?
Nah, I wouldn't put him on my top 10. But to be fair, Cena is one of these characters that is larger than life. You see Cena on your screen, and that guy screams larger than life wrestler.
Yeah, you're never going to have the guy. The only person who can be that right now, and I know I mentioned this guy over and over again, and people think he's small, but it is Adam Cole. The guy has everything. You know, despite the size, the guy has speaking ability. He can speak. He can make you believe that he can do this and that. And man, look at Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Who says that doesn't happen to Cole? Because there is nobody else. Actually, there is Matt Riddle, but I don't think they will utilize on him. If they fuck him over, the company is dead, dude. If they fuck him over, I don't think you can fuck up over Matt Riddle.
And Ricochet.
Well, they already fucked up Ricochet.
But Ricochet's got the potential. He's great in ring. He's got the personality. He just needs them to push him.
Like Cole. I'm not fanboying Cole because I appreciate everyone.
Fanboying Cole.
No, I love Matt Riddle. I love NXT. I love Undisputed Era. I love everyone, dude. It's just a different feeling when Cole is in the arena. Okay, it just chills, dude. It's different than when you see a goddamn Johnny Gargano. Okay.
Oh fuck!
And I can say the same thing for Ciampa. I can say the same thing for Ciampa. But let's be realistic. Ciampa is much older than Cole. Cole is only 30. So who gonna push? A guy who is 35 or something, or the guy who is 30? You know what I mean? So I unfortunately don't think that anyone is going to be a superstar. I mean, they're doing with Rollins. This guy can't speak. This guy is a heel. This guy is not the babyface. whatever he says, it sounds cringe. The guy has a voice like a woman. Okay, it is. It is.
Seth
Burn
Rollins
it
just
down,
pissed me
burn
off
it down.
right
No,
now.
when he says "burn it down," like what the hell?
Oh, fuck off with the burn it down phrase.
You know how cringe was when he at Hell in a Cell, before Hell in a Cell, when he said, "We're going to go in Hell in a Cell and we're going to burn that down." I'm like, oh, fuck off. You couldn't say something much better than this. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I know.
And that's it, right? We don't have anything for weekly.
We have the worst match and worst superstar left.
Okay.
Worst match was Carmella and Dana Brooke versus Fire and Desire, because I don't like Dana Brooke. Fire and Desire are met at best, and Carmella's competent enough.
I was actually making a sandwich during that match, so I really don't
missed it. It was fucking shit.
Yeah.
I wanted Bianca Belair to show up again just to take it out so we didn't have to see it again.
Maybe, dude, Shayna Baszler, maybe she should have choked out all four of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have been happy for that.
Maybe you can just have... Okay, I know some fans will go, why did you say that? Intergender matches. But I would love to see Matt Riddle just go there and knee to the face everyone.
I got no problem with that.
If
women can hit men in wrestling, men should be allowed to hit women.
I'm kidding.
If you want equality, men get abused as much as women, in my opinion. So I don't think you should be promoting one over the other.
No, I'm obviously kidding, but what I'm trying to say is that the match is horrible. I don't know why would someone give a shit about the match.
No, it was fucking awful. And as we've already alluded to earlier, Baron Corbin is your worst superstar of the week because that promo was shit.
Yeah, fucking idiots. They need to destroy everything. And this guy had the great theme song. One of my favorite theme songs in the WWE. I bring the darkness, I bring the thunder, whatever. And they had to put the king sound effect, whatever, the kingdom, whatever, before his theme song. Why are you doing that shit? Like, you gotta destroy everything. Like, literally everything.
The guy could be good. He is a heat magnet. But they just keep fucking him up.
Yeah.
He could be a legit top heel if you actually booked him right.
And surprisingly, he's also one of the nicest guys in real life. So.
Yeah, he seems like a generally nice person.
He seems like a generally nice. Yeah.
They just don't help him in any situation.
No, they. It's very robotic, and there is no way you can break the machine if your name is not Shayna Baszler or Adam Cole. I mean, those two are the people who in NXT right now can get in that machine, in WWE machine, and I don't think anyone else has really a chance. And it's very unfortunate to say, but I'm just worried. You can just see how many talent is going to be wasted. That's why I don't want anyone on Raw and SmackDown. I want everyone in NXT, but you can't have everyone on NXT. So
no, you cannot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our weekly awards. I do not have no bonus awards this week, so unfortunately, you just have to stick with the 6 because I can't think of a bonus one.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's 10 to 12 at night, and I'm tired, and I think we're done.
We're done. I actually have one thing to say. This is completely randomly. You know what I would love to see?
What?
Brock Lesnar, Kyle O'Reilly match, for whatever reason. I would love to see just Brock Lesnar kill Kyle O'Reilly because I love Kyle. But I would love to see that. I don't know, his facial reaction and him selling suplexes. I don't know why. I just think that would be hilarious as fuck.
That would be good.
Okay, people. That's it.
Yes, we do hope you've enjoyed this amazing podcast. I hope that we will bring you more amazing podcasts next
And please, no
week.
wins for today, for the love of God. No wins.
I have not got the energy. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a slight headache. My throat is shit. My nose is shit, and I just want to go to bed.
Well, shit. It's November. What do you expect? It's not July, bro. It's November. So don't be surprised. Go and have some sleep.
Monday Night Raw tomorrow, live reactions. Check it out, please, because Yes. We're going to watch Monday Night Raw, which is taped and I've heard is awful.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. You may as well play WWE to get one during that stream. I don't care. No, I don't know. I'm just.
They're both terrible.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you all for watching this amazing podcast. Make sure you smash that like button.
How long is this podcast?
An hour and 10 minutes. Once I've edited out the couple of minutes of...
Okay, listen to this 3 times during Raw. Trust me.
Yes, you'll enjoy this more.
Yeah.
Or we could talk for 3 hours.
Or you could just listen to a random episode of the podcast, dude. Like, go back and listen to random, the first, the second. It doesn't matter, dude. Like,
I can't remember what we talked about on any of the other podcasts.
Yeah, but anything is better than Raw. That's what I'm trying to say. Anything.
Yes.
Even if you watch
Check out my random gaming videos.
Hell yeah, why not?
Or Tom reviews, where you watch me eat random food or talk about random shitty products.
Here's an idea. You have split window. On one, you watch Tom's live stream, and you're in the chat. And on the other, you're watching his video game. Very easy. And you don't need to watch Raw. You can save yourself. But you can support Tom live stream. So, very easy. Why?
Why?
Why are you confused?
I don't know. It's too late now. I've lost.
He is started. We gotta cut the shit.
Yes, we've got to leave. Thank you for watching, and I shall catch you all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, Stefan. Bye.
Okay. Bye.